Hey boys and girls, we're back in Mommy's basement, and today I wanted to just talk about this Mossberg Patriot. It's chambered in a 300 Win mag, and it merely has a budget Cabela's BDC scope on it. Now, I wanted to talk about my experiences with this hunting rifle because I've had it since 2016, and wanted to explain some of the quirks, some of the good and some of the bad with this hunting rifle. And to begin, this rifle is very accurate. I can get a 1 MOA group at 100 yards. Very, nice, accurate rifle. The most I've thrown through it in one sitting is 20 rounds that I did not have an impact deviation. So the barrel handled the heat fairly well. So I wouldn't recommend shooting like 50 rounds through it in a session or 100, but that's my experiences with this particular rifle. That's what I experienced. At the start, when I originally first got this rifle, I had a couple issues. This was when the Patriot was newer on the market, and so originally this cut right here, right where your bolt comes out, was getting hit by this little nub right here where your firing pin gets hooked on your trigger. This was scoring the wood under here. Now, when my stock broke, it had cracked under recoil. I sent it back to Mossberg and got a new style of stock. So it's cut slightly differently. They actually recess that more, and it allows the bolt to travel fairly easily. The other issue I had on the original one, the original stock, was this bolt would actually strike the wood back here because there's some give in the bolt. I do not have that issue with this new stock. It's fine. I haven't had any more issues with the stock or their cuts on it. Something else to note is this bolt handle. Now, what I like about this bolt handle is it's fairly easy to actuate, but perhaps too easy. So with your firing pin cocked to the rear, I can take my finger and just with my finger, I can turn that bolt. Now this has been a problem for me in the past. When I have a round in the chamber and I'm walking through the woods, what will happen is, and I hunt in a fairly mountainous area, so there's a lot of laurel, a lot of brush that the deer like to hide in, or bear, whatever I'm hunting at the time. And what will happen is, if with my rifle slung over my shoulder, if I'm not carrying it in front of me at the ready, as so, this bolt handle will get caught if it is slung over your shoulder, set like this on my back. It always gets caught. It always flings the round out, and then I lose a round. And 300 Win mag it's not cheap. So if you are going to hunt with this, if you are going to use this and you're going to be in a very brushy area, I would highly suggest either getting something to tie this down if you do want to carry it on your back, or in the other event, merely carry it in front of you, as I do. I carry it at the ready as I walk into the woods, the safety on. Now, the other thing I like about this is the safety. It rolls rather nicely from safe and fire, but you can also very quietly, because of that nub, just guide it right over. So if you walk up on some deer, you are less likely to spook it. And I really like that. So as far as my experiences with this, I have one deer on this rifle, potentially a bear. I never found it, but if you've ever hunted in really thick mountain laurel, it can get quite difficult to traverse at times. And this was toward the end of the day. It was getting dark, and I was not able to find a blood trail. However, the way the laurel was set up, you could see where the animals would be running out the other side, because it was down in a bowl. And I was up on the ridge and shot it as it ran in, and I never saw it come out, nor heard it come out as I searched for it. So I have no clue what happened to that bear, but it was a rather large patch. It was a smaller bear, maybe only a 300, 200-pound bear right in there. So anyway, enough about my hunting, and I wanted to get on to the actual grip of this. So they have this laser etched grip here, and it does work very well for gathering a grip, but as you can tell, it scratches very easily. And that's because they spray coated right over top of this, and the way they laser etched it, they've laser etched it deep, and those little ridges that stick up that you grab onto, they like to chip off. So especially under heavy use, and you can kind of tell that that's been worn down. So is it the most durable of grip out there? No. I would honestly prefer traditional checkering, but this is what they have on the stock. One last thing of note, I do not like their magazines. So the only problem I have with these, this is a great rifle otherwise, the way it's set up and everything, is these magazines. I do not like them because when you drop them in particular, a lot of the times all the rounds will fly out. And I have this issue more so, especially in rocky terrain. I'll have the rounds bounce out, or while it's in the gun, I will have it pop free of those feed lips, and I can get a double feed. So if I drop my rifle or bang it up against something, it can occasionally pop this round out the side and cause some issues. The other thing I don't like about these is just by themselves, I've had these where I just have them, and I drop them, and this follower, with the way it bounces, this follower will come out along with the spring. Now there's no easy way to tear it apart from the bottom, so I assume that's why they did that, so you could disassemble it that way and clean out the magazine. But otherwise, I don't like these. They're not confidence inspiring. They work, they run fine, the springs are fine, but honestly, I'd rather have a metal mag. So, all in all, this is a good budget hunting rifle. Just know what you're paying for, know what you're getting, and just understand, are these course deal breakers for you, or are they not? For me, it's not. So real quick, I just wanted to note that this rifle has a good finish. It's black oxide. It will rust up under bad weather conditions, but it cleans up easy with oil. This particular model recoils rather heavily if you don't hold it correctly. So just keep that in mind. If you have trouble with heavier recoil, I would not get a Magnum cartridge. I would get like a 308 or 243 in this. But aside from that, it's a very comparable budget hunting rifle. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and God bless.